Hello, so this is A-level physics and let's start with February March 2022 paper 1. So question number 1 says that what could not be the measurement of a physical quantity. So over here we have 10 Kelvin, 11 joule per Newton per meter, pascals, meter, Newton, meter. So B is the appropriate answer because joule is energy and energy is not a physical quantity. It cannot be measured directly, so it is not a physical quantity. So question number 2 says that the computer memory stick is labeled having a storage of 128 gigabytes. The letter B stands for byte, which is a unit. The equivalent storage capacity is 128 giga is 10 to the power 9, so 1.28 into 10 raised to the power 11. So question number 3 says that a man has a weight of 75.2 kgs, 3 readings are taken. What is the accuracy and the precision? The values are not close to the true value, so they are not accurate. So, and the precision is among the value is 0.1, so D is the appropriate answer. Question number 4 says that which statement is about scalar and vector quantity is correct. So a scalar quantity has magnitude but no direction. So question number 5 says that how can the acceleration of an object be determined? So acceleration can be determined from the gradient of velocity time graph. So question number 6 says that a sprinter takes a time of 11 seconds to run a 100-meter race. She accelerates uniformly from rest, reaching a speed of 10. She then runs at a constant speed of 10 until the finish line. What is the uniform acceleration? Now, 100 meter is the distance, velocity time graph, 11 seconds it takes completely, t is the time at which it gets to the constant speed. So just apply the area of trapezium, which is half into height into the sum of parallel sides. 100 meter, which is area under this graph, equals half into 10 into 11 plus 11 minus 2, which gives t is equals to 2 seconds. Substitute t is equals to 2 to find acceleration, which is 10 divided by 2, which is 5 meters per second square. So D is the correct answer. So question number 7 says that a horizontal force F is applied to a block X, which is in contact with a separate block Y as shown. The system remains in contact as they accelerate along a frictionless surface. Which statement is correct? So we need to see that the whole system is moving with a constant acceleration, so this becomes F is equals to ma, so mx plus my into a, so acceleration to be found from F into a. Now considering only x, there is a Newton third law being applied when the two blocks are in contact, which are equal and opposite in direction. So considering only x, we get forward minus backward equals ma. Forward force is F, the backward force is the force of y on x, so that is fyx equals ma. So we can deduce from here that the overall force is equals to fyx plus mxa. So that means that the F is greater than fyx and that must also be greater than fxy. So C must be the appropriate answer, that x exerts on y, the force is less than F. So question number 8 says that a car has a mass of 750 kg, driving force of 2 kilonewton. The forward horizontal acceleration is 2 meter per second square. What is the resistive force? Just apply F equals to ma, forward minus backward is equals to ma, 2k minus r equals ma, and r becomes 0.5 kilonewton. So A is the appropriate answer. So question number 9 says that object falls in vacuum. Which graph is in the same scale represents the object falling in air? So if the object will be falling in air, it will reach terminal velocity. Either C or B could be the answer, but initially it must fall with the initial acceleration of free fall, which is g, so this cannot be the answer, so C is the appropriate answer. So in question number 10 it says that a rock of mass 2m is traveling with velocity v. It is split up into two equal parts. One of them is stationary. So what is the kinetic energy of the moving part after explosion? So before collision, the total momentum is 2mv, and after collision, the total momentum is simply mv1. So from here we can say that v1 is equals to 2v. So after collision, the velocity, the kinetic energy becomes half m v square, which is 2v whole square, because that's 2v. So that would make up 2mv square. So D is the appropriate answer. So question number 11 says that there is a horizontal metal bar and it has two forces acting, one at an angle and one is vertical. So it says that what is the resultant moment about P vertical forces. If the pivot is P, so what we can say is that 5 multiplied by the perpendicular distance, which is 50. So 5 into 50, one of them is this, which is the clockwise, and we can write 816 sine 30, that's the component of the perpendicular from the axis of pivot. That's 16 sine 30, which is 8 into 50 centimeter whole multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2 conversion of centimeter to meter. So that would give us 1.5 Newton. So A is the appropriate answer. So question number 12 is an interesting one. It says that there is a cube WXYZ which is non-geometrical. It does not have its center at its weight at its center of gravity. So it says that we have a pivot, we have a mass 23.4 grams, which is 30 centimeter mark, and we need to determine about the position of the center of gravity of the cube. So in order to get the position, the important thing is that we need to determine the distance from where it must be placed. So 23.4, you can multiply it with the value of G, but it does not matter. 23.4 multiplied by the distance, which is 20, equals 24, which is the mass, multiplied by the D. So our D is the unknown, so evaluating D would give us 19.5. So moving 50 towards right 19.5, so we need to add it up according to the scale. So 50 plus 19.5 gives us 69.5. So 69.5, this is a 2 centimeter cube, so 1 centimeter lies over here and 69.5 lies somewhere over here. So according to the options, it must be somewhere along a vertical line that is 0.5 centimeter from the line WY. So this is the line WY, it must be 0.5, 69.5, so C is the appropriate answer. So question number 13 says that a rigid sphere is held at rest on a seabed. When the sphere is released, it rises to the surface of the sea. The sea water has a uniform density. The density is uniform. Which statement about the sphere from its release until it reaches the surface is correct? The sphere always moves with constant acceleration. The sphere always moves with constant velocity. The upthrust of the sphere always decreases. The upthrust of the sphere is always constant. D is the answer because upthrust depends upon density of the liquid, which is constant. G is constant. Volume of the sphere is constant. So the D is the appropriate answer. Question number 14 says which is a unit of density? So that's mass over volume. So that's gram by millimeter cube. D. So question number 15 talks about what is the efficiency. Input is given, output is given, wastage is given. So U over E unit A is the proper answer. So question number 16 says to determine the power required to drive the escalator. The frictional force power is given. We need to find the power because of the gravitational potential energy, which is GmGh over time, which is distance, which is 60 meter divided by velocity, which is 0.75 added with 2000, so this gives 6.4 kilowatts. So let's continue. Do subscribe my channel